What does home mean to you? Is it the place that you live now, or is it a place that you find special and find yourself always going back to? I was very lucky to grow up on the Jurassic Coast in the UK, in a small town called Lumix. I spent my childhood running up and down this beach, swerving around tourists on my bike, kicking footballs over into the neighbours' gardens, and late nights jumping in the sea, and just being in and amongst the hustle and bustle of this touristy town. Now that I'm older and I've lived in other places and settled in other houses and towns, there's still nowhere to me that feels quite like home. Home is what you make it and what you want it to be, and to me now, as a photographer, and to someone that loves being outside, there is nothing better than this town right now.
Yeah, this time of the morning when it's just me, my camera, nobody else around apart from the seagulls and maybe the odd fisherman going out to sea. It is absolutely lovely at this time of the morning, and yeah, I'm back down in Lyme Regis this morning. If you guys haven't realised already, I have a new camera, and this video is very kindly being sponsored by Lumix, so thank you Lumix for that. This is my Lumix S1R, and yeah, this thing is blowing my mind. It really is an amazing piece of kit. I feel very privileged to have it in my bag. It is absolutely awesome. So weather this morning is okay, it's not great. I'm kind of like in a little pocket between 2 days that have been really bad. Yesterday was very windy and very stormy, and tomorrow is looking really bad too. So I'll probably be back down here tomorrow capturing some wave shots, because they're always very impressive when they come towering over the top of the Cobb. But this morning it's a little bit blowy. The sky looks okay. We've got a little bit of cloud, kind of low to medium cloud. I do apologise in advance for the wind noise, because it is a bit windy. So hopefully we can get some light, get some decent images, and yeah, let's see what happens with this sky. So I've had the camera for about a week now, and I've been out a couple times with it. This is my first proper landscape shoot. I've done a few wave shots, as the weather's been so bad the last week, and it's not looking very good. Like I said earlier on, it's not looking very good tomorrow and for the rest of the weekend actually. So got a little window, hopefully we can get some light. One thing that's really standing out to me straight away as a landscape photographer is the freedom of being able to select a crop and visualize it on the back of the screen and it be non-destructive. So it still shoots in a 3x2, but on the back of my screen I can set it to a 1x1 square or a 16x9, and it kind of helps you visualize the composition before executing a shot, but not actually destructively creating that crop. So if you were shooting as a 16x9 on the back of your screen, it's still shooting as a 3x2, but it just gives you the freedom of being able to see your composition up front. So that's what I'm playing around with now. I've just been messing about with a square crop and a 16x9 crop, and it's nice to be able to have that freedom and see what the image is going to look like beforehand. But know that it's still going to be okay, and I can still put it back to a 3x2 if I want to. So I have the 24-105 f4 Lumix lens on there, and yeah, really nice piece of kit actually. It's a great lens, super sharp. I'm really impressed with it so far. Looking forward to seeing what these shots come out like, and seeing all the detail on the Cobb wall, and being able to crop in, because the amount of megapixels that this thing has. So I've just set up composition, landscape orientation. I've got a 16:9 crop on the back of the screen on, just so I can visualize it and see what it looks like. I might have it as a 16:9, I'm not sure. It kind of suits the 16:9 crop. Settings are around about 45 seconds, f13, ISO 50, 3-stop soft grad on the sky. And yeah, that's about it. Dead simple, 2-second timers, and just let the camera do the work. So considering the conditions, the weather right now and the wind and this low cloud that just seems to be lingering and just coming through from the west, and it's just blowing straight across the frame, it kind of works quite well because you can use the long exposure of the clouds to give some movement. If you expose for anything more than about 15-20 seconds, you're going to get a little bit of movement in the cloud. I do apologise if there is any wind noise. It is proper blowy down here this morning. I'm actually taking shelter behind the cob this morning. There's some waves crashing up on top of the cob, so I didn't want to get up there and get wet. Plus you wouldn't be able to hear me up there. I kind of like this composition, it's different. Not a lot of people shoot it, they tend to just go straight on top of the cob. I've done it, I do it all the time, and it's a fantastic image from on top of the cob. But yeah, it's nice to change things up a little bit. So I am hopeful I'm going to get a little bit of light, and it's starting to come through now a little bit. There is a little bit of a gap in the clouds on the horizon, but unfortunately there is big old banks of cloud over there. So it's not going to be anything spectacular. Flip the camera around into a portrait orientation now, and again using that non-destructive crop, and that's quite a mouthful to say, non-destructive crop. Using that non-destructive crop, I have put a 1x1 square to just visualize what this image is going to look like beforehand. And I have shot from here before, and I have got an image that I had as a 1x1 square, so I kind of know it works. And I've got the lovely S-curve, like the last bit of the S-curve of the cob, just drawing your eyes straight out towards the cliffs over there, Golden Cap and Stone Barrow. And we've got a little bit of colour, yellowy, orangey colour behind all this low cloud. And I'm exposing for about 20 seconds, so you're getting a little bit of movement in the cloud, but not much. Polarizer, 2-stop hard grad this time, and yeah, that's about it. Just 2-second timers, trying to shelter from the wind. The camera's alright up there, but you guys are wobbling around all over the place. I'll pop this image up on screen for you guys in a sec. But yeah, pleasant morning, back down in my hometown, and I couldn't think of a better way to wake up, to be honest, so I absolutely love it. Long wait, and a couple of decent images, not bad. The sun is just breaking over the top of the cliffs there in the background, and it's about the best that we're going to get this morning. Usually you get nice light like half an hour before the sun actually is due to come up. The sun came up maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago. It's just breaking over the top now. Just start to see it, and it just gives you that instant warmth, that instant like boost in morale, and it just makes you feel good and just sets you up ready for the day. So I've set the camera up again quickly, popped a 6-stop ND in and a 3-stop reverse because we've got very, very bright skies, although there is quite a lot of drama up there, a lot of low cloud moving across, and I'm exposing for about 40 seconds, 50 seconds. Same sort of composition. I've put a 16:9 on there just to visualize the crop later on, because I probably will crop this as a 16:9. And 2-second timers, and just let the camera do the work, and just keep rattling off some shots. Like I say to you guys all the time, just keep rattling them off, because the light changes and it moves around all the time. The clouds are constantly moving, and if I'm doing 45-50 second exposures, in 45 or 50 seconds the whole scene can change so dramatically. For example, right now, when I was doing the piece to camera just 45 seconds ago, I could see the sun. Now I can't see it at all. So just keep rattling them off. When the next one's finished, just check your settings are right, check that your focus is sharp, and go again, and go again, and go again. And just do 4 or 5, rattle them off, and you'll find one later on that really works. Missing a shot, and I've done it so many times, if you miss it, it is heart-wrenching, it's gutting. So hopefully I got an image here. I'm going to pack up in a minute, head home, coffee, breakfast, and get on with the day. Absolutely blown away by this camera, it is phenomenal. Really, really happy with it. So I'm going to wrap this one up here. Very pleased with how the morning actually panned out, and that last little bit of light. It's amazing what a little bit of light can do to just lift your mood and make you feel better. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do consider clicking subscribe below. Give us a like, tell us what you think down in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.